The daddy-daughter dream team, also known as Patrick and Sarah, are a father-daughter TikTok duo who first rose to popularity in 2023 with their dances that many people thought were extremely inappropriate for a father and daughter to be doing, and they were pretty swift to defend themselves. Sarah claiming she's an adult and can do whatever she wants, and Patrick claiming that he's not a creep. It is in fact you who is weird for believing there is something going on between the two.
So you want to know why I look so uncomfortable in the videos? Well, I'm about to tell you. So listen, and listen good. Number 1, I'm not underage. I'm almost 21. I will be 21 on Friday, so you people can stop telling me that I'm underage. Number 2, I am not looking for any sort of relationship on TikTok or anywhere else for that matter. I'm focused on myself, my schooling, and my career. My social media is not available to anybody, so you can stop asking. Number 3, my father is not creepy, weird, or doing anything he's not supposed to do. He's being a father. If you don't like that, you can leave. I love him, he loves me, we're doing something we love together, so you can stop making horrible accusations that are not true in the slightest.
The people that seem to think that I'm in love with my daughter, you guys are stupid. Simple as that. I mean, come on. Really? And just because we don't vehemently respond to every comment that says we're a couple, I thought deleting and blocking people that said that would get the clue that we are not, and that we are completely abhorred and appalled that people would think that. But apparently we have to say it publicly. So this is me saying it publicly. We're not. I love my daughter. That's it. She's my daughter. If it appears like we're a couple, that's not on me. That's you guys thinking the wrong thing. And I'm sorry if we're close enough to appear to be a couple.
Sarah is in her early 20s, and from what I can gather, Pat is either in his late 40s or early 50s. So Sarah is correct that she is an adult, but it doesn't make what they're doing any less disturbing. Patrick even kicking it up another notch with their next viral video. Patrick would give his daughter a purity ring. For those who don't know what that is, it's a ring signifying a vow to abstain before marriage. And it's usually something simple, just a band, but Patrick gave her a full-blown diamond ring, even dropping down on one knee to give it to her, creating this extremely awkward video.
What is this?
Sarah, will you wear this ring as a sign and a promise to God and to me to remain pure until the day you're married?
Yes. That is gorgeous.
Give me your left hand. Okay, this ring.
A lot of people also took issue with this one. It was very proposal-like, and it definitely didn't help with the people accusing them of having an inappropriate relationship. Criticism got so intense that Sarah's mother decided to make a TikTok addressing all of the allegations. At least that's what they'd like you to believe, because many suspect that Patrick scripted this for his wife.
I've watched the internet attack my daughter and my husband, and it's really pissing me off, but I stay quiet. I am done staying quiet. What the hell is wrong with you people? My husband is the sweetest and kindest man. He would never hurt a fly, let alone his family. Come on, guys. If you ever met him and actually knew him, you would think so too. Now, because I choose not to be on camera, everybody thinks I'm forced not to be on camera. Bitch, nobody forces me to do anything. I don't like to be on camera a lot.
I still haven't described the family dynamic, so now's a perfect time. You of course have Patrick and Sarah, father and daughter, but then you also have Teresa, Patrick's wife, and Sarah's mother. All of these people, along with Sarah's little brother, make up the family. They live in Texas at some sort of an extended stay motel, an extremely similar situation to that of the resilient Jenkins. Sarah and her brother have been homeschooled for many years, causing Sarah to have almost no outside connection, spending the majority of her time with her family. But Sarah does have one person that she truly considers a friend, leading us to Jenna Frank. Jenna Frank is an actress in her mid-20s, well known for her work in the Power Rangers franchise. She's also the daughter of Jason David Frank, better known for his roles as the Green and White Power Ranger. Well, the entire family are massive fans, and will attend just about any meet and greet that Jenna holds. This has caused Sarah to believe that her and Jenna are actually best friends. Like legitimate best friends, not just associates. She thinks that they have a very close bond. None of which has been helped by Jenna, who has definitely fed into this parasocial relationship. But I can say with full confidence that these two are not best friends. And it's really very sad because this is Sarah's only friend. So she's been very adamant about her and Jenna actually having a relationship. But if I'm being honest, all this talk of Jenna Frank is just a setup to give even greater context to the first real controversy that the daddy-daughter dream team found themselves in, and that's Ariela Brigman. It all started when Sarah posted a TikTok of her with an AI song dubbed over it, and people were already very invested in getting to the bottom of what exactly was going on between Sarah and Patrick, leading to the creation of snark subreddits and TikTok pages following all of their worst behavior. Well, these people did some digging, and it turns out that that AI song was only used once. That means Sarah was the only one on TikTok to use this song. So people looked into it, and it led back to an account called Ariela Brigman. The account used AI to portray a fictional girl called Ariela. The account initially made music, but soon descended into OF content. And like I said, Sarah was one of the only people on the internet that seemed to know about Ariela Brigman. That is until now, and people began openly discussing who they thought was behind the account. Most likely Patrick or Sarah. And almost immediately after that discussion began, Ariela Brigman was deleted, with very sparse info being left about her on the internet. Patrick has been caught following similar accounts on Instagram in the past, so everybody basically knew who was behind the account. But the daddy-daughter dream team would continue to deny it, attempting to brush it all under the rug, and returning to regular content for a short time. They would adopt a dog to go with their growing number of reptiles, and continued to act like all was well. But it was not, because Jenna Frank would soon block Sarah and Patrick, cutting off all contact with them. Many assume that Jenna was informed of the Ariela Brigman account, and it's very disturbing to say, but it's quite clear who this AI model is based off of. This video, courtesy of Daddy-Daughter Nightmare Team on TikTok, shows just how eerily similar the two's faces are. I would also like to point out that whenever Jenna was meeting with Sarah, Patrick was right there. In my opinion, using his daughter to get closer to Jenna than he would be able to without a young woman. So Jenna blocking them on all socials was a big deal for the family, and they even threatened to quit TikTok over it, going so far as to private all of their Instagrams and live streams. But despite the overwhelming evidence that at least one of them was tied to the Ariela Brigman account, Patrick would still continue to deny it.
Let's look at this, shall we? So their evidence that it's us is we liked their photos on Instagram. And Sarah lip-synced the song. Well, you do, of course, realize that songs, TikTok videos can pop up on people's For You page that you interacted with. It's part of the algorithm. So Sarah was the only one to make a lip sync. Sarah was the only one to actually make a lip sync or use the song. Well, it wasn't up long, apparently, and she's the only one that saw it. And as for liking their photos on Instagram, well, we've already told you about that. We literally wanted to support a small creator, even if it was AI. So let's set this to rest right now. Let's take a look. So the way they pin this on us is apparently this Ariela Brigman character sounds a lot like Aurelia. Okay, well, the trolls know our book just as well as we do. They've read it.
But even more evidence of them being tied to Ariela would surface. Sarah and Pat authored a book, an extremely weird one about a 17-year-old princess and a dragon who have a very suspicious bond. Well, people noticed that on the Ariela Brigman Venmo account, for her banner image, it was a picture of that book. Her seemingly being the only person to know about the Ariela AI song, while also Ariela being a big fan of their obscure book, which has probably sold less than a dozen copies. It's really all the proof people needed. But things were about to get even worse upon further investigation of the Ariela Brigman account. People would find a profile on a website called Literotica, which is basically used to write smut and upload it to the internet. And like I said, there was an account on the website tied to Ariela, who we basically know for sure now is Pat. Well, the stories tied to this account are some of the most depraved literature I've ever laid my eyes on. The stories are absolutely vile. I don't even know how to describe them here on YouTube, but let's just say it involves the exact kind of stuff that Patrick has been accused of doing with Sarah. I just really want to stress that these stories are absolutely disgusting, involving children, family members. Whoever wrote this shit has some real evil in them. And there's even more evidence pointing towards this account being Patrick's. People would try to create an account on the website with Patrick's email, only to be told that an existing account was already registered to it. And if things couldn't get any more suspicious, soon after the discovery of these accounts, the Daddy-Daughter Dream Team TikTok page goes missing, and for a short time, so do Sarah and Patrick. This is actually quite common for the two to do, either taking slight breaks or having Pat more behind the camera, but this was the official end of the Daddy-Daughter Dream Team page, and when they did return, it was in a completely different format. Sarah posting on her own, and claiming that she had moved out, and she would of course use this TikTok page to defend her and her father's actions, while also blaming the trolls for the Dream Team ending.
I'm sorry to say, but the Dream Team is gone. We just couldn't post content together anymore knowing how people saw it, especially with the latest bull they're trying to spread. All the rumors are false, but there's nothing I can do. People are going to believe it, and I can't stop them, so we're done creating content together. So, welcome to the new me. I'm going to fly solo from now on. Don't get me wrong, I still love my dad. He will always be my best friend and biggest fan, but I think flying on my own is best. So from now on, you'll only see me.
Sarah claimed that she had gotten a new job and would be moving over 30 minutes away from her family, and she would also request a bunch of Amazon items in a wish list for the move. But not everyone had forgotten about the controversy surrounding Ariela Brigman and the numerous accounts tied to her. I really don't even know why I'm saying Ariela anymore, it's Patrick. Patrick is behind the Ariela Brigman accounts. But Sarah will still tooth and nail defend their lies.
I was trying to just go about my business and let everyone see me and celebrate my new life with me. I didn't want to be a bitch, but apparently that's what everyone wants to see. So guess what? In the words of Matilda, no more Miss Nice Girl. So, you all don't like that I call my room at the extended stay an apartment. Too bad. For all intents and purposes, it is an apartment. I had the bed removed so I would have more room. My bed is smaller and fits better, which gives me more room to move. The apartment looks like the one my family used to live in. Duh! It's an extended stay. They all look pretty similar. So because it looks similar and it's an extended stay, I must be lying. What reason do I have to lie to you punk-ass bitches? I'll never see any of you in real life, so what does it matter? It isn't like I have to cover anything up because there's nothing to cover up. I live in an apartment at an extended stay place in the Dallas area. The only thing I lied about is my exact location. Really, it is quite hilarious to watch. And I know you're going to post about this saying I'm being defensive. Yep, I'm defending myself rather than letting you punks walk all over me. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you need your safe space? Fucking pansies. No, wait, I know. You're gonna say I'm bullying you because I called you stupid. Oh no, I'm a big bad bully because you can't handle when people actually fight back. See, this is the problem with this generation. You can dish it out expecting me to just ignore you so you can keep doing it. But the second I snap back, it's, oh, she must be guilty. Why would she be so defensive? Bitch, you are literally calling me a liar.
I want to make it very clear that I view Sarah as a victim in all of this. She has been isolated and indoctrinated by her father, who she will defend in any scenario. She often says, why would I lie about these things if what you claim was happening is true? But it's so obvious why. Not only is it your father, but it's also the person victimizing you and turning you into a bold-faced liar. Most of everything Sarah said about her new life was a complete lie. She hadn't moved out, she had only moved across the same complex from where her family was living, and even the validity of that is doubtful. It seemed that she didn't have a new job either, so things were basically the same, but Sarah was posting on her own. And then Patrick started doing the same, returning with a new page called Patrick Unscripted. And using this page, he attempted to address all the controversy, but if you ask me, these videos are damning.
Apparently, I couldn't stay away, so I guess I just proved the trolls right. But that's okay. I'm back, but not the way you want me to be. I'm not playing around anymore. I'm done. So you want to keep sending accusations my way? Fine. I'll respond. The answer is simple. I am tired of all of you people just coming on here and getting away with whatever you feel like. You want to accuse me of being in an inappropriate relationship with my daughter? You guys have sick fucking heads. How could that be the first thing you think about when a father hugs his daughter? I mean, come on, really? That is the most disgusting thing I have ever heard in my life. I tried to pass it off. I tried to be nice. I tried to just roll with it and laugh it off. But honestly, you guys are sick, perverted freaks. It doesn't surprise me that one of you created an AI account to try and frame me. Me! I have never even thought about writing a story like that. And you know what I'm talking about. Everybody's heard the rumors. I did not write stories like that. The only story I've written is our book, Firebound Harmony, which, by the way, we wrote every word. Well, not every word. There was a couple instances where we used AI to help us, but we paraphrased it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You're going to believe what you want, and I don't care anymore. But I'm going to set the record straight. So the record is this. I am just a normal, everyday father who cares for his children. And you guys can stop hurling wild accusations. Specifically, the one that's calling themselves the dad and daughter nightmare team. You are even lower than dirt. You are coming on here, clipping our videos, using them for your purposes. But I'm not taking the high road anymore. So I'm going to find these little clips of videos. I'm going to find these little snippets on Reddit. I'm going to start posting them on this channel. And I'm going to start responding to them. Some of the shit you come up with is like so far out there in the realm of possibilities that I don't even know where your brains are anymore. I can't wait to read what you're going to write on Reddit about this video. Oh, he's triggered. Yep, I'm triggered. And you're not going to like the result. Because I can hurl insults with the best of them. I'll make you feel about this high. And I won't feel bad about it either. Because you're all a bunch of fucking dumbass. You get your fucking jollies off of attacking other people on the internet. That's your pleasure. That's what you want to do. So you all are the low one, not me. So I'm just going to give you what you deserve. A little taste of your own medicine. And anybody that feels the need to come after me, by all means. You all know where I work. You all know where I live. By all means, come on. I'll be happy to educate you in real life. Problem is, you won't like it.
He would even fess up to previously having a Literotica account, and the admission of that is damning as well. It even furthers the ties between him and Ariela.
I did not create any other Literotica accounts ever. Okay, wait, I'll check that. I had one tied to an old email address back when I was 20 years old, but I wasn't reading stories like that. So, getting to this comment. You have tied accounts to me from 12 years ago on the Literotica site. The method of tying those accounts to me was a YouTube video of a guy who sounded apparently just like me. I didn't hear it, but apparently everybody else did. You know, people hear what they want to hear. 12 years ago, the only account I had was associated with my future Masters chant. The other account that you are connecting to me with a picture of the dragon, somebody literally went on Reddit and said that wasn't me. The actual owner of that account. I remember it from back when. But people refuse to see that. See, that's the problem. You refuse to see the truth because you're so caught up in what you believe. Now, as for the Ariela account, let's go through the evidence, shall we? Because you say that's tied to me and me alone. Okay, so the first way that's tied to me is it liked Monster Hunter, a game that in its first 2 weeks on the market sold over 10 million copies. Now, we're not the only fans here, people. Monster Hunter's really big. Okay, well, great. You probably can accept that, right? And there are a lot of 21-year-old women out there. You can accept that too, right? But what really ties it to us is Sarah. She used the song, right? That's your theory, right? That ties it to us. Well, let's ask the question. If I were to create an AI account, especially one posting NSFW content, at that time, after we'd already deleted 2 channels because of the trolls and the people on Reddit who constantly dive deep into our lives, if I were trying to create an AI account that they didn't find, why the hell would I have Sarah do a video, knowing that they watch her account? Why the hell would we do that? That makes no logical sense.
Patrick's attempts to defend his actions on Patrick Unscripted only led to more scrutiny, along with people figuring out that Sarah had basically not moved out. And despite the Dream Team ending, things were basically the same, until Patrick and Sarah agreed to do an interview with a fellow TikToker named Hannah. Pat and Sarah were no stranger to giving out interviews. They had done one in the past when the Dream Team first went viral, but this interview would be an absolute disaster for Patrick. It starts off light with them discussing the fallout with Jenna, then Sarah and Patrick start to fess up. Sarah admits that the move was fake, and that she was still basically living with her family. But then they start discussing the connections between Patrick and Ariela.
Oh, and one of the things, it does talk about a sheer red rape article of clothing that the father gives to the daughter. And now, around that same time, there was a video that was made with the two of you where, Sarah, you're wearing a red long dress that is sheer. It has some frillies on it. And so those were some of the little pieces where people were making connections.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, by that logic, you can make that connection to hundreds of people who wear red dresses.
I know, but can you...
It may look like...
No, I understand. It does look a little like... It does look a little bit, though, like the material and stuff. It might not be, like, sold like that, but people can, kind of draw that comparison to red lingerie.
And after a little bit more discussion, Patrick drops a bombshell, confessing that he was in fact behind the Ariela Brigman account.
I'm not asking you anything else about the Literotica. That is off the table. I won't ask you anymore about that. But I can feel it in my soul. Like, I prayed about it, and I just, like, the way you guys seem uncomfortable, the looking back and forth, like, I don't know. You take it for what you want. I just really believe that if you tell the truth. Look at everyone saying, just say it. There's nothing illegal. There's nothing that...
Here's the problem.
Yeah.
Let's say that it was me. If I were to come forward on the Ariela account, guess what? Everybody's going to automatically assume that the Literotica account was me as well.
No, because here's the thing.
I tell you 100% for certain.
No, you know why? You know why? Because as soon as...
I've done it.
Okay, then. Perfect. So, if somebody in this Reddit world, on this TikTok world, who hates your guts, perfect. But I don't see anything wrong with the Ariela account for money. Because people do crazy stuff. People come on this app and put peanut butter on their hair looking for money. I mean, we live in a society where people are looking for a quick buck. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as it's not illegal. People enjoy that stuff. I don't. I'm not a fan of it, but people do. Who cares? People will pay top dollar for a hot-looking AI model. They're starting to bring them into movies. I just think if you're just honest about this, people will finally be like, oh my God, thank God. Like, here we are, the truth. Like, people will start to trust you. You want that, right?
Yeah. But here's the thing. Honestly, you know what? Fuck it. Honestly, yeah, I created the Ariela account. I made that account.
Patrick, thank you. You have been set free, man. You're set free. Doesn't that feel good? Sarah, give your father a hug. Give that man a hug, because that is the most amazing thing you could have done for yourself. Really, I'm air hugging you. Good job. Seriously, you are.
Honestly, I didn't want to do it the way it went, but I lost control.
Life is hard. You just took the biggest step of your life here.
I will tell you, I am 100% did not create Literotica.
I believe you.
No way. I would never go that far.
I believe you.
Almost immediately after discussing, Patrick begins to get nervous because he knows how serious what he confessed to is.
Messages were saying God forgives and you did amazing.
It's not God I'm worried about.
What are you worried about? Reddit?
No, everybody on the internet.
He admits to being behind Ariela's OF account, but denies authoring the vile Literotica stories. But by him admitting that he was the original Ariela, it is almost for certain that he is behind this account, and that he is the author of those depraved stories. It also seemingly confirms his own obsession with Jenna Frank, giving credence to the theories behind why she blocked them. Not much else of note would come from this interview, but the two would promise to do another one with Hannah in the near future. But Patrick would soon delete his TikTok page, and Sarah stopped posting to hers. And as of the recording of this video, they have not returned. In my opinion, this is a further admission of guilt. People have suspected since the very first inappropriate dances that there was something more going on between Sarah and Patrick, and it's not like there weren't signs of this.
And now time for the taste test.
These are some pretty big meatballs.
Yeah.
That's how I like it.
Sorry, it's just getting warmed up here.
Okay.
So,
Sorry, just getting warmed up here.
These are only a few clips of Patrick being extremely inappropriate with Sarah. It is so blatantly obvious what is going on here. Both of Patrick's brothers are on the registry, and Pat has admitted in the past that he's still very close with them, letting both of his kids see their uncles. And Patrick himself has a mountain of suspicious behavior behind him, going far into his past. There have been rumors of the mom Teresa's family accusing Patrick of some pretty awful stuff, claiming that Teresa is mentally unwell and Patrick took advantage of that to isolate her from her family. This is only an allegation, but it is very in line with what Patrick has been known to do, and the way that they treat Teresa sometimes is less than good.
It's spicier than the last one. Oh!
Excuse me. Sorry. I'm guzzling milk over here. Can you do it? Can you help me walking it?
ooh. That one went down a little spicy.
Whenever Teresa's on camera, Sarah and Patrick want basically nothing to do with her. She's definitely like a third wheel, and I doubt that she would ever know or even suspect that something was going on between her daughter and husband. Even though both members of the Dream Team went dark on social media, people didn't stop digging, and they would uncover even more evidence of something being very wrong. People would uncover an OF account linked to Sarah, and this account was verified, meaning that it very likely could be hers. From what I've been told, to get this verification you have to do an identity check, and it's also very suspicious that soon after the account was found, it was deleted, extremely in line with past behavior for the duo. And then, Sarah's personal TikTok account also goes missing, once again furthering suspicion. If it could even be called that anymore, the woman who hosted the interview, Hannah, would come forward and claim that Patrick had fessed up to the Literotica account, but that he had done it through text form. In my opinion, his admission to being behind the original Ariela account is almost all the confirmation needed. But this statement from Hannah, along with their disappearance, paints an extremely disturbing picture. Over the course of 2 years, they have gone from vehemently denying these claims to coyly fessing up. They have done the exact opposite of beating the allegations. And I shouldn't even say they. It's Patrick. Patrick is to blame for all of this. Like I said before, Sarah is a victim. Any way you slice it, he has absolutely destroyed his daughter's life, all for his own gain. We can only hope that someday Sarah holds Patrick accountable for all of the awful stuff that he's done. It's a long shot, but hopefully, now that the Dream Team is over, she'll wake up.